I am. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to Biz with Joy, Leaders Leaving Legacies. I am Joy Ruffin, and I am like over the moon. I'm like a little kid in a candy shop because I could hardly wait to get to you today, this evening, to share with you the title and what I spoke about and wrote about in my little content to you. How to create your own coronation and tell if you're royalty. Oh, there's so much to share with you. Let me share with you that I am Joy Ruffin. My work is as a style and leadership consultant, a signature style specialist, not an image consultant, a speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. This biz to biz, we started when the pandemic hit for men and women because men were asking to be interviewed. And now I'm segueing into something else. And it's a project and it's a process that's taking time, but it's going to be well worth your time and waiting. My work is with women predominantly who are second act, second chapter, midlife, verbiage, rhetoric, jargon, whatever you choose to say, who are transitioning and wanting to amp up their wow factor. Whoa, we're talking about royalty today, who are spending way too much money, full of anxiety, confusion, not really ever having the image, the presence, and the look that they want. And that's where we come and work together to achieve that. But tonight I want to talk about, because of coronation, the king was crowned not too long ago. I think it was Saturday here in the States. Now, we're here in the States, but we're international, we're global, we go everywhere. And by the way, welcome. I get so excited when I come to share time and space with you that I sometimes forget. But trust me that in my heart and soul, I never forget to say welcome because I know how active everyone is. And if you can, share out the video. Sharing is love. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about a lot of things that relate to all of us. We predominantly, the audience for us here, it's here in the States, but we're global. We go everywhere. Now, there is a change in the stratosphere. It's in the makings, it's in the seed beginning stages, but it's coming. And it's asking for your gift and your greatness to share with the universe. So when I saw and watched the following day a little bit of the coronation, because it's not my arena to dance in, yet I attempt to keep up to speed with everything. This is what came to me. And I said, why not let us talk about this a wee bit? Because I wrote in the content, the best of being royalty entails being looking out and being a servant to others. That's what real leadership is about. And here on this platform, whether it's biz to biz or leading ladies leaving legacies, we speak to leadership, power, and I'm going to qualify that word power in just a moment or two, and femininity at its highest vibration. That's what this is all about. But we don't deny men. We don't put them on the back burner. They belong right up here with us, toe to toe, side by side, head to toe, however it works out, because we're looking for the real men, and they're out there. So I thought the title, How to Create Your Own Coordination and How to Tell If You're Royalty. Well, you don't have to tell, you are. But it has to begin with your knowing, and it's a journey and it's a process that you do have greatness within you. The universe, she's just asking you to probe, to explore, to go on the adventurous journey of discovering it. And then once you begin to get the seeds of it, to share with others. That's your royalty. And I start off here with two quotes because I want to align these quotes with what we're talking about today. And again, welcome. It's always good when you come and share time and space. And whether you're here now or for the replay, I see a few. Make sure that you share out the video. This is fun. It's fun. And if you can't have fun with what you're doing, then you need to hang it up. And I don't intend to hang up anything anytime soon. This is a quote that fits the title and what we'll be sharing with you today. And this quote starts this way. It said, royalty is completely different from celebrity. Royalty has a magic all its own. Don't you love that? That's you. That's you when you begin to step into the knowing who you are. Oh, you'll still have warts, You'll still have moles and bumps and things that happen because we're not here to be perfect. But we are here to gather all the knowing that we can about loving ourselves and sharing that with others. That's for sure. We here, as much as in other countries too, but pretty much here in the UK, we're caught up in the celebrity game. And there's nothing wrong with that except you, me, we need to get more in alignment with our own fame and celebrity, whatever that means to you. So I thought that quote was fitting. What do you think? I hope you think so. And to tie in with that, another one, because I like to get the two and have them kind of dance together. This one begins with be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king, and I put / queen, to be treated as such at all times. That was by Robert Greene. I like to edify when I can get the name. The other one was by Philip Tracy. I never heard of half of these people because quotes are becoming so popular now. But I like to edify and put them up and let it be known that we spoke to that. But aren't they great? Royalty, be royal in your own fashion. Why did I use that? Because for me and for you, if you hear, in conjunction with leadership, power, and femininity, it's all about style, presence, image, branding, how you show up, your personal signature style. Because again, predominantly my work is with women. Love men, meet them from time to time, have a little dance or two with them, but it's about women that I'm here for all the varying reasons that we share over time, especially in the workshops that I do. But I wanted you to take those two quotes to heart because the coronation and royalty, we like pomp and circumstance. We do. Weddings and celebrations and backyard picnics and all of the different things that we go to celebrate, to pay homage to, all the different reasons that we do. That's prevalent, will always be, and ought to be, will remain. But now, my friends, now, here and now, May the 9th, 2023, we're all in the throngs of change. And if you're on a spiritual journey, whatever your higher source belief, your faith might be, you can almost feel the essence of changes in the air. And like anything, it will be a lot of good, a lot of not so good, and questionable, but it's coming. And it's time for, especially for women, to know and step into the power. We have to know who we are. It's time to erase all of the jargon, the rhetoric, the verbiage that's out here. Today, I happen to love the clubhouse, and I pop in and out as I'm running back and forth doing different errands. And I'm listening to this house today. House, I get them still mixed up. Same thing. And it was about self-worth. The whole entire, I think it was a 2-hour, I popped in, stayed for a minute, had a few words and left. But it was all about self-worth. And they're having a big powwow. I ought to have remembered the name, about self-worth. Something coming up, I think, in later May or June. The point is, self-worth is everything. Self-worth, everything. Self-love, self-esteem, self-awareness, self-confidence, they all are under the same umbrella. And once we began that old back in the day, which is still prevalent today, know thyself, and do we ever get to the pinnacle of the boom, boom, boom top? No, we don't. But the assignment is to keep traveling, to keep journeying, climb, scale, rise, because that's why we're here. And then each and every time you gather in some new information, new data that you feel privy to and it lit you up, then it's time to turn around and share that with someone else. Know thyself. It's from the beginning of time. Now, this room that I was in, let me qualify something, which I haven't done to date. And when I was listening as driving, and I don't drive and speak and try to connect on Clubhouse because I don't do that multitask thing when I'm driving, because even though the car is up to speed, it just doesn't compute for me. And too many people who feel very self-assured and confident, do it, and then accidents happen. And I'd like for my accident to be old school accident, because I'm old school, old fashioned back in the day. Yet love technology, love the modern. So let me say that I'm listening and I'm tuning in, and it's really a very, very powerful, powerful conversation. And but then it's all about religion and church and God. Excuse me, my nose is itching. I guess that's saying something. I don't know about body language. So as soon as I reach my destination, this is my website. We're still tweaking, but peruse and go through, and you'll see a lot bit more about what Joy Ruffin is all about. So when I pulled into my stop, I just felt I had to say something because, well, I won't qualify. That's for you to do. And they were talking about the three that I mentioned. They were talking about the church, religion, and God. So, and it was all about self-worth, knowing your worth and how valuable you are, and so on. I'm adding my own verbiage. And so I had to speak. And I started off by saying this, and I'm sharing this probably, I think, with all of you for the first time. And yet I think I alluded to it several times. My Southern background, parents, both mom and dad, were raised in the deep, deep, deep South. So the church and religion was just embedded in my sister and myself. And at some point in time, don't have to go into the dynamics of when, where, and how, I just knew that, because I've always been very observant, not judgmental. I've gathered together this new word for me, discernment. It's just innate in my bones. And it's time to probe. And I started to do my own research. I started to experiment. I started to dabble in a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And the truth of that, I found for me that the spiritual path was more in alignment for me. But here's what I said in that clubhouse room today, and I want to leave you with this. I left the church for numerous reasons, not going to qualify and share them now tonight, because we're talking about royalty and coronation. I left the church, but I did not leave God. There's a big qualifier there, and I leave that with you. Because you see, I know of all the different beliefs, systems that everyone has, whether it's Judaism or Christianity or Islam and all the others, everybody has their source, their higher source. And whether you're in England or in the United States or in any other part of the country, the world, what your beliefs are your beliefs. But the beauty of your belief, when you really get into that know thyself and the discovery of your love, your gift, and your greatness for you, you don't poo-poo and knock anybody else. If it's not for you and it's that distasteful, which it ought not to be, if you're really into the knowing of you, then you move on. But don't knock that person. People come to their awakening, whatever that is for them, when they are ready. Only then. Your assignment and my assignment, whichever umbrella you're under, as far as your faith and your belief and your higher source, is to discover your gift, your individuality, your originality, and your uniqueness, which will give you the freedom of love of self and knowing who you are. It's a journey. It's a process. It never, ever ends, but you begin to scale higher and higher and higher. And I always say that because some people begin to scale higher and higher, and they rise, and they get a little bit of an attitude, a little bit of an entitlement. They begin to think that in their pursuit of their greatness and gift, that they're better than someone else. Oh, no, 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 no. There's no love and power there. There is no greatness there. None whatsoever. And a lot of people, that's why I always use these three words together, because, I can smell and sniff them a mile away. The verbiage, the jargon, the rhetoric, it just goes on and on and on. Actions, be, speak, showcase the essence of who you are. Be big enough to apologize. Be big enough to make mistakes and admit to it. Be big enough to say, maybe that's not for me, but don't knock that person. Leave them where they are. They'll come to their reckoning when their time is. This is a huge galaxy that we're on. Everybody's here doing different things. And there's a hunger. There's a hunger here for love, for beauty, and for truth. No matter how you embrace it, everybody wants to embrace and have that in their heart and soul. And it begins with the study, the knowing of you. When we say royalty, how do you tell if you're royal? Well, you are. You don't have to tell if you're royal. You are royalty. But begin to really get to know who you are. Get to know how you're connected and why you're here. What is your purpose, mission, and calling? What are you to give off to others? And how will you serve others without being judgmental, with that infinite, limitless, unconditional love? Everyone has it within us. It comes at different times for each and every one of us. This pursuit of hope, I think it was Jesse, what was his name? Some time ago, 100 years ago, who said, keep hope alive. Well, that's what we're being asked to do now. Different verbiage, different way of saying it. But believe that there's more of you to show up and showcase the best of you. The best of the best of you. What is the best of the best of you? It simply means that you are striving, that you're in the pursuit of being all that you came here to be. You're in the pursuit of whatever you signed up for here to come here for. And whatever your faith or belief, a higher source might be, it's always there at your side to guide you onward. However you get in sync with it. A lot of people do it through meditation. Everybody has their way and their flavor and style of doing it. Your assignment is to find yours. And by the way, before I go any further here, let me just give you a few note-taking things. I have a Facebook group. This is my Facebook business page. And when you get there, you can go here, take a snapshot or a screenshot. It's my Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies Facebook group. The intention is that we build a community there, a community where you will come and partake of this community and be a part of it, because none of us do anything alone and we need each other. And the aim here is to seek women who are proactive, courageous, or in the process of becoming, to know who you are and to align with others, to connect and collaborate so that you get closer to your purpose, mission, and calling of why you're here. Just go and join because you belong there. And there's no reason why you ought not to be there, because we need you and we want you to come aboard. And the other thing I'd like to mention to you, take a snapshot here. I have a masterclass that's coming up. It's far away, but yet not so far. Time slips up on us. It's July the 13th. And go and register, because I gained a lot of knowledge and insight from the first one that I had back in March. And now when you come, we're going to be adding some really good tools and tips that will benefit you, and you'll see the changes that were made there. So take, again, a snapshot. And this is everywhere. It's on my business page, my Leading Ladies page, I think LinkedIn, and all the other sites. And just go there and make sure. And this is a link to the masterclass. And if you can't take a snapshot or a screenshot here and now, you can do it when you get to my Facebook business page. Facebook business page is easy to get to, and everything pretty much is there. And also, I'm beginning to really explore and navigate through LinkedIn, which I happen to love. Love LinkedIn. It's a good platform. I love a lot of the platforms, but I would say Facebook, LinkedIn, and maybe Instagram. I'm thinking about it. I'm attempting to get there, are the platforms that I tend to post most on. So join me there wherever you can. Join me everywhere, because this is how we grow. This is how we expand. Let's talk about, how do you, me, all of us, I say this over and over because I hope to, and I will meet the man before I leave the planet, Les Brown, when he said everyone has greatness within them. How do you step into your greatness? How do you get around to discovering your greatness? Because a lot of people are doing things that are giving them a lot of dollars, giving them a lot of other things, but not giving them the passion and aligning them with the greatness and the gift that they came here with to share with all of us. Because passion needs to be aligned with your greatness. And my work with women predominantly who are transitioning, who maybe feel that they become like invisible, ignored, and invalid. No. This is a time when you really step up and step into your greatness. But first, with that unconditional love for yourself, get to know every bit of you and love every bit of you. And when this guy said with this quote that I really felt it was so timely, royalty is completely different from celebrity. Royalty has a magic all its own because you're royal. We're all royal. Many of us just don't know it. And even when you become royal, it's still a journey. You're still human. You'll make mistakes. And so it ought to be. But you don't negate or dismiss your royalty and your greatness because it's embedded and embodied in you. Your assignment is to discover it. And even with the discovery, you'll still have areas and issues that you're continually dealing with. Your religion, your spirituality, and your higher source is yours, whatever platform you're on, the faith and belief that you adhere to. But don't be dismissive of anyone else's because that will take away your power and your greatness. And I leave, and not so much leave, but I share this with you all the time because this was given to me and I love sharing it because it just resonated with me, and I hope it will with you. Because leadership, which is really predominantly the top element of what I'm about for women and femininity, sexuality and sensuality, those three are combined and connected, not one without the other. And because of our programming, because of our conditioning, it's time to deprogram, to take away all that tainted madness about us, because it's not just about our body parts. I always say the two B's and the V. We're so much more than that. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to project, but know that that's a temporal thing. It will not last you through the ends of time and where you leave a legacy that's powerful and impactful. And even the ones who've done, there was something else, but we're not going there today. So I want you to be thinking about what and how are you going to make your imprint with your royalty? How will your greatness, which is simply royalty, the king and the queen, they have it because it's the element, the key of their country. But that doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't have it too. Celebrity is something that we are deadly with here in the States and everywhere else. You are your own celebrity. You are your own royal everything. And what you must not do is forget that. The program and the conditioning that we've all gone through, especially women, and all of you guys out there, you know this to be true if you're standing in your power-filled lives. We have been programmed to think. Some women say, well, I haven't gone that way. I don't think that way. That's not me. Some think that they're really into their innate understanding of who they are and why they're here. And I say, God bless them, and I move on because they're just not ready, because you can see that they're not there. It's not about being sexual and powerful with showing body parts. And a lot of them who are famous and well-known are still doing it. And I'm not a prude. I'm not prudish. I'm not petty. I'm not prissy in any way, but knowing when things are right. And femininity, the best and the highest vibration of femininity, does not commit to that type of a showcasing of the power-filled bodies that we're in. Celebrity is great. You are your own celebrity. Let's not forget that. Find your individuality. Find your uniqueness. Find the wholeness and the freedom that will give you what you're searching for. And then share every bit of that with someone else who's open and ready to receive it. Not everyone is. A lot of, and I only speak to women, and I love and adore women because of my own momsy, unfulfilled, disconnected, numb, repressed in so many ways. It was her time and her era, and a lot of that stuff I picked up. It's taken me up until now to get my deprogramming working. A lot still to do. Realize that. But I'm sharing this with you because a lot of women who are parading around, masquerading around, prancing around, it's not there. It's not authentic. And when you begin to really be an observer and you can see that, you begin to see that something is wrong. It's not there. Leadership is asking for the best of you, which means, back to that again, that you are attempting in every way to rise and scale to all the good, the love, the heart and soul connected that's in you, and then give it out to other people. That's what real best of the best and royalty is all about. And again, when I started off and being a servant for others, because you see, the most powerful people know how to give service and value to other people. Business, yes, 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 have to make a dollar. But greed sets in when people are seeking power and to be powerful. Oh, but when this guy spoke this language to me, I lit up like what's the terminology? Because I felt it. I'm always searching. Are you a searcher? And then I'm saying, well, that's it. If we are here to be servants of others, knowing that we are one. We are all one. Different levels, different scales, but one. The moment we start thinking we're better than somebody else or we have this or that, we put ourselves in the category to come back here again and again and again, whether you believe that or not, because that's not the way of true royalty and the regal greatness that is within you, all of us. Our assignment is to find it. And when you begin to do that, you become the conduit. Oh, I love this. And the catalyst that becomes a channel that will enable others to empower themselves. You can't empower anyone. You want to. And if you keep your heart and soul open, those who are meant to come to you, they will arrive. And when they see how authentic, genuine, and real you are, they will stay. Others, for all of their reasons, we don't judge them. They'll come in and out, and they'll keep tap dancing because they're still searching. Searching is good. You can't do much without searching. If you're staying stagnant and staying in the same lane and not segueing from time to time and experimenting somewhat and attempting to try other things, then you're not going to grow. You're not going to be able to rise, to climb, and to scale to where you're here, to why you're here and what you're here to do. So I want you just to think about royalty, because we all are. I wanted to wear my tiara. I couldn't find it. Don't lose your sense of humor. My friend, one of the groups that I belong to, I love this woman, and she's so great. She sends out all these beautiful gifts, and she sent the tiara out. I think it was the first time I joined and connected with her. And I don't know, we're in the process of changing things around here and moving things around. And I packed it up, and I don't know where I put it. I was wanting to wear it just for the fun of it, for the lark of it. Because here's another thing I want to leave you with. A lot of people, as I bounce in and out of the clubhouse and all these other networking groups that I'm in, a lot of women are using, and men too, but predominantly women are using this word, hi queen, hello queen, blah, 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 on and on. Everything's queen. In a way, it's very endearing, but in a way, it doesn't compute, because there's a lot of growing and evolving to do to wear that crown and to be a queen. Whether you liked her, meaning Queen Elizabeth, or not, I think that her sole purpose was to be a servant to the people, and she did the best she could. Isn't that what we all do? So, my friends, that said, I gave you all the things. By the way, there is also a Joyful Monday that I do every Monday at 3 p.m. Please join me there. Everything is in my Facebook. And then on the 17th of May, which is next Wednesday, I'll be doing on my business page, Communicate to Influence. And I hope that you'll join me there. I'll be posting it everywhere. And wherever you are, whatever you're about, and whatever you're doing, remember this and take it to heart. I send you each and every time we meet much, much love from my heart to your heart. As always, embrace it. and know that all is well. Be well, stay safe. Until the next time, much love. Cheers.